Welcome back and thanks for tuning in again for another episode of our Out of the Park baseball series here with the Rockies. We, in the previous episode, went through the team, finished setting up the lineups and the pitching staff, and we simmed through the month of March, and it didn't go well for us. We went 1-4, and three of our five starting pitchers went double digit when it comes to ERA, and our batting lineup didn't perform that well either. Most of them below average WRC plus, and our DH performing in the negative when it comes to WRC plus with an average of 0.100. So that is hurting us a lot. We might have to look if our DH is continuing this trend and then have to see if we have to change something. As a team, our performance is rock bottom when it comes to pitching. Same with the batting as well. So we're not performing well anywhere, but some signs of positive efforts from the team is on the field. We are performing a little better compared to our pitching and batting. Our defensive efficiency is ninth in the league. So I'm happy with that given we have a really good shortstop and a center field. Apart from that, when we look at the standings, West, we are tied with Arizona and we are 3 games behind. Even though it's early in the season, I'm not expecting a huge comeback from us. I would be happy if our team performed better than last year's performance, which was really bad with 43 and 119. I'm happy if we sit somewhere between 350 and 425 at the end of the season. Given that, I'm going to give a few more games for the players to see where they settle in because few people are performing way above and few people are having really bad luck when it comes to the games. So I might wait until it's 10 or 15 games in and then decide if we have to make some changes in the bullpen or the lineups. I'm not sure if there's anyone for us in the free agency market. Um, all players, and we don't have that much knowledge as well. So at the oh sorry, hold on. I have a filter over here which I was looking through earlier. Clear filter. There we go. We have few players that we might look into. Lucas Rolado, he's a fly ball pitcher, but I am gonna request a scouting report on him. And who's this? Center field. Maybe if he's good at bat, we might bring him in, and his defense is good as well. So request scouting report on him as well. Then Tyler Anderson, another extreme fly ball pitcher. So, and apart from that, I went through our minor league. At the end of the episode, from the previous episode, we did get all the scouting reports back. Even that was not enough. We only got reports on some other players. There's still a bunch of players who are not completely scouted, so I've asked for another report on everyone. And the way it is, we have few good arms, but if they develop, it would be nice, especially Brody, who has really good potential for velocity, and he's not a fly ball pitcher. That alone puts him above our starting rotation at the moment. And if he develop, the only concern is his control. I might send him into the development lab at the end of the season and hope that he comes out excelling so that there is a bump in his potential as well. Other than that, I'm gonna sim through some more games and see where we stand and decide where we're gonna go. I'll see you guys in a little bit. And we are here on April 7th, and I had to stop the sim as you can see we had a really bad outing. Things went down south, and we are 1-9, which is pretty bad. And from the looks of it, it looks our pitching staff has been taking a beating, which is unfortunate. Chase Dollander managed to hold it down, but then the relievers messed it up for him. The relievers sold this game for him. He had a really good outing for 5 innings. He pitched and he didn't give up any runs with 7 strikeouts. But then the bullpen arms came in and basically threw his performance out of the window. We certainly have to do something about it. We can't expect them to bounce back, even though still they're, I don't know where is, yeah, looking at the BABIP, his BABIP is in .333 and he's still putting up a bad performance. So maybe he's not able to handle the role of setup. Looks like Zach has come up the previous season and he did not have a great outing, and we hope that he would bounce back this year. But he has pitched only 1.2 innings, so maybe I might take him off of setup and give him a role who's performing. Jaden seems to be performing well. See if he can handle the pressure of being a setup and move Zach to mid relief. But when it comes to starters, if there is a possibility, I'm gonna try and Ryan Feltner. He's okay. He refuses to be demoted. And it's not gonna be easy for us to find any trades for them given the fact that they're getting 7 million and I think 5 million. Both are getting over 5 million, and with the performance they've put up on the board, it'll be hard for us to find any trades, but I am going to try for it. If we have to give up some prospects, I wouldn't mind, as the prospects we have now, most of them are not going to be of help to us, at least not any in the near future. Let's see, if whom would I be okay or willing to give up? Mm, Yes. Okay. Maybe the 16-year-old, because you never know how it goes with their development. He does have good personality though, so I would like to keep him for a year or two and see how it goes. Ethan Holiday. His avoid case is worrisome, and his baseball IQ is low, and his infield range is not as good. He could be a potential third base for us, but his shortstop rating is not good enough for us. So I might look to see if someone would be willing to buy it if we throw him in to the equation and see if we can sell Michael or Tomoyuki. And I'm gonna go through the roster and see what changes I can do to stabilize this run and see if it works. I'll get back to you guys once I'm done with my decisions. Okay, I've taken some time and then I've brought up Bryant and Machine from the AAA. And as for the players going down, I have waived Brett and Tomoyuki for the pitchers. They both are going down. And then I've moved Jared. Was it? No, it was Tyler Freeman. And I've moved Tyler Freeman down. And from the looks of it, Bryant is not someone special when it comes to defense, but we're gonna give him an opportunity and see how he does. In AAA, he was putting up a good WRC plus, even though it was only 8 at bats, 8 plate appearances. You're gonna see if he can be someone who comes off the bench and just holds the fort. We don't want him to do anything crazy. We just want him to play average. And then I wanted someone for the infield who could play in multiple positions. So, and his strikeout percentage at AAA seemed to be quite high, and the stats speaks for it as well. I mean, the rating speaks for it as well. So we're gonna give Machine a try as well. On the pitching staff, I have brought up Quintana, who was on the roster, and he's getting paid 6 million as well. And I had him in the AAA in the beginning of the season, and I'm gonna bring him up. He's a lefty, and he's not a fly ball. So if he doesn't go into double digits, and if he just performs average, I'll be happy with him and keep him in the rotation, and maybe see where it goes after that. And with these changes, I've also moved Zach into mid relief and moved Jaden into setup. I'm gonna try to see if I can find any trades for Michael. I'm gonna see. Just listen. On waivers, this extreme flyby, and there's no interesting characters on the waiver wire as well. I'm gonna keep an eye on that too to see if we can find some players, and hopefully this helps us pull things back into control a little bit. It is the 18th of April, and after simming few games in, I thought we were turning it around with the 2 wins, but since then we've continued to lose 5 in a row. And we did have some good news with bringing Quintana up, who came in and got 8 strikeouts and gave up just 1 run in 6 innings, which was a positive sign. And another win with a good batting performance from our side. And Feltner only pitching 2.2 innings, not performing well, but the bullpen was holding it down a little bit with one of them. There's at least one or two pitchers who always perform poorly in every game for us. And luckily for us, on that particular day, Bueller was not doing well as well. And on top of it, it's like rubbing salt on your wound. We lost our key player. Where is it? Injured list. Renton Doyle with a broken elbow. He's out for 7 months. For the rest of the season, he is out. So that's going to be a punch in the gut with his fielding, where he had no errors, a 3.1 range, and a 4.1 zone rating. He was performing really well for us in the center field, holding down the runs a little bit. But now it's going to be hard to find a replacement for him with the defensive value he brings. Even on bat, he was above average, considering the fact that our team, at the moment, like only 3 players are performing above average. Everyone else is performing poorly. So batting wise, that's gonna hurt us as well. But I'm gonna try to sell Michael at this point at whatever I can, or I'm gonna have to release him because he's not willing to get demoted. I'm gonna try again. Demoted AAA. Yeah, player refuses to be demoted, but he's getting 7 million, and the numbers he's putting up is abysmal. We can't continue to keep him in the rotation. The positive thing is Quintana, who came up and started 2 games, is having a really good performance, and everyone else is bringing it into control a little bit. So I'm gonna try to move Michael and maybe see if I can do something about Senzatella, because even though he's avoiding high leverage situations, he is performing at a FIP minus of 147, which is pretty bad. And Zach, I think we might have rushed him up. So I'm gonna send him down straight away and see if we can bring someone in for him. And I'm gonna figure out the lineup again, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, a quick update. We were able to trade away Michael. The White Sox were kind enough to take him off of our hands, and we did have to give up two prospects though, but given the fact that they were willing to take him off of us without us retaining anything was something I'm okay with. They did give us $250,000 cash in return, and we got Chris Murphy's, someone who has been playing in the AAA so far, but did have a short stint in MLB for the Boston, who didn't perform well, but his performance in the AAA has been positive. His percentile ranking is something I'm okay with. So it was an upgrade when it comes to financial standings and hopefully in the performance as well. With this trade, we move back into the positive when it comes to team finance. By the trade deadline, I'll be happy if I could get rid of Antonio and maybe Kyle, because there's no point in holding on to these contracts when we are losing. And I don't think I'll be able to trade Chris Bryant away, but let's see how he performs once he's back. With this, I've also brought up Zach Ween from our AAA. I have moved him into the left field, right field, if I'm right. Yeah, Zach is on the right field, and had to move Jake into center field because his defensive range and ratings were the best we have of all the outfielders that we have in this roster. So he was called up last year during the roster expansion, possibly. His performance was not great. He, it was his first time in the major leagues. So once again, we are gonna give him an opportunity and hope that he is able to perform and see if we can turn things around just a little bit where we can bring our PCT up to like 350. And I'm gonna go forward and sim few more games and see how we perform, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, it is the 1st of May. Since the trade, everything has been going well for us. We were able to win 5 of our games since then, and we were also able to sweep the series with the Reds. What's more encouraging is that the players that we brought up or acquired through trades have been performing well. To top it off, we got TJ back from his injury, so he has been performing well. If we keep up this trend, we might be able to turn things around, and I'm hoping we do. I'm gonna sim forward with this lineup. If no trouble or no changes in the roster comes up, I will see you guys during the draft. We are back 4 days since the last update, and I think the game is seriously having some problems with me because things were starting to look positive and we were winning games. We won 3 games straight, but TJ is injured again. He has a fractured foot and he's out for 4 weeks. These injuries are something that is hurting us a lot. I'm not sure if. Okay, first let's get him on the injured list. Not sure if I want to bring Blaine back up again. His performance in wasn't that great, so I'm gonna gamble. Even his perform. Oh, I was thinking about bringing the prospect up, but he's having a hard time in AAA. Okay, this is going to be a time where we can test things out with moving Braxford up and then moving Hunter Goodman to first base. With Braxford's, where is he? Braxton. Braxton Fulford. With his framing, maybe he will help our pitchers a little bit. So I'm going to take that gamble and see if this lineup works out. Okay, not too long into the save again. We are back. And seems like the game is having fun with this. We have another starting pitcher who's out for 4 months because of an injury. And this is something which shouldn't hurt us a lot given the performance that he's putting up with a FIP minus of 154 and a negative zero point 0.5 WAR. So we just have to find the replacement for him. The problem is we don't have that many replacement options for us. We might have to end up bringing Tomoyuki back up, but that is something that I'm not willing to do at this point in time. We did bring up a starting pitcher in Jason Cox, who has been performing well. So maybe it is time to move him into the pitching lineup and see if he can keep up the performance. And we can look for some relievers. Gabriel. The thing is, half of these players are not ready for MLB yet. He's in a slump. Okay, we have brought Gabriel to the major league. We're gonna use him in the bullpen. And just like Jackson, we're gonna avoid high leverage situations. We don't wanna overwhelm him immediately. And hopefully we continue the good run. And I'll see you guys soon. Okay, we are back on the June 23rd. Since the injury, things have been going really bad for us. We have lost almost 8 games straight in May, and then we lost 10 games straight, and then things looked a little positive because TJ Rumfield came back around here and we were able to do well, but then it didn't continue for long. We've been on a losing streak mostly, and once again we have another player who has been injured and has to go into the injured list, but he's someone who hasn't been performing well, so I won't say it would be hurting us a lot. But at this point, I feel like the injuries are piling up on us and our performance is taking a hit with us bringing minor league players up top and giving them minimum pay, which is also hurting us financially. So I'm gonna see if we can. Blaine is someone who has already come up top, but he's only capable at first base, second, and shortstop. But this is what I'm saying. If I bring this guy up, I'm gonna have to end up paying him another 700,000 odd. With our finances not doing that great from us bringing up the pitchers, all these injuries are hurting us little by little. So I'm gonna see what I can do here. I might just Chris Bryan has come back from his injury and he's on rehab, but he's gonna be on first base. So I need an infielder. Well, we have no other choice. We are gonna have to bring up Amador because he's the only one who seems okay defensively, and we might bet on him getting some walks when he's at the plate. So we're gonna use this opportunity to promote him to the Rockies and see how he performs. Amador, you are gonna be playing third base. Actually, is Ryan able to play third base? He is not, but does he have the potential for it? Oh yeah. You know what? I might actually throw Ryan in here and let him learn the position through experience. We're back. It's the 11th of July and it is the draft day. The team has been on a losing streak too many times, and which was expected, but not to this level to where we are performing 0.200, 0.296, 0.321, 0.100 in July. June being the only decent season, with 0.423 has been the decent season for us. That's how bad we are at the moment. And to make things worse, our starting pitcher is injured, and we don't have any option in our minor leagues. I went through the roster and I was thinking about bringing Tomoyuki back up again, but he's also injured and he's out for 4 months with a shoulder injury. So we can't even unload him close to deadline, and we're gonna have to bear his contract for the rest of the season. He's gonna be a free agent, so that's a good thing. And Chris Bryant did recover and come back, and he played a few games. He had 37 plate appearances, put up a positive WAR, but he immediately got injured again, and he's back in the injury list. This has been rough for us. We've been riddled with injuries, and when it looks like we are picking up, we end up getting an injury, which throws off the chemistry between the teammates. We start winning few games, and then there's an injury. It has been the pattern for the past few months. So before we go into the draft, I'm gonna end the episode with this and hopefully have a good draft and a trade deadline. I'm gonna be looking to unload few players. With the fact that we can't unload Tomoyuki, I'm gonna see if I can unload Freeland, but he's injured for 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm not sure. Hopefully he's back by trade deadline. If not, we're gonna have to eat his contract as well, or trade him during arbitration so that he does not get the option to execute the contract. It's a player option that sucks. Senzatella, it's gonna be really hard, but I'm gonna try. And if not, at least his contract is a team option. The main problem is going to be Chris Bryant's contract, and with him being injured for another 4 weeks, I don't think I'll be able to unload him during this trade deadline. Other than that, I don't think we have. Mickey hasn't been performing great. Maybe we will use his, but it just looks like, yeah, maybe we will unload him and bring in some prospects as well. We're gonna definitely we're gonna be looking to sell this trade deadline. It's just a matter of who wants to get our players. Okay, with that being said, I'm gonna end the episode at this, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you. Take care.